John plays an island. Tom plays a tapped temple garden. Extra also plays an island. Sam plays a forest and casts Utopia Sprawl, naming white on said forest. John plays a swamp and passes it to Tom. Tom plays a command tower and casts Spirited Companion, drawing a card as it enters. Extra plays a swamp and casts Talisman of Dominance. Sam plays a Bountiful Promenade and casts Calyx, Guided by Fate, triggering his effect to put a +1/+1 counter on himself before passing it back to John. John plays an island and casts his commander, Tegwyll, Duke of Splendor. He passes to Tom. Tom plays a Bountiful Promenade and copies Sam by casting Calyx, Guided by Fate, and triggering his effect. He then attacks Extra for 1 and passes. Extra plays an island and casts his commander, Alela, Cunning Conqueror. He passes to Sam. Sam plays a plains and casts his commander, Ellivere of the Wild Court, triggering his effect to enchant Calyx. This triggers Calyx, gaining another +1/+1 counter. Sam then attacks Tom with Calyx, triggering his effect to copy Utopia Sprawl on green, yet again triggering Calyx. With nothing else, he passes to John. John starts by playing a swamp and casting a Soul Ring. He then casts Fairy Artisan and passes to Tom. Tom plays a forest and continues to mirror Sam by casting Ellivere of the Wild Court, enchanting Companion, while triggering Calyx, giving Companion a counter. Artisan also makes a copy of Ellivere, enchanting Artisan. Sam's Companion then attacks Extra, triggering Calyx to copy Companion, drawing a card, and putting a counter on Calyx. Extra starts by attacking Sam with Alela, triggering her effect to go with his Calyx. After that, he casts Academy Lore Master, which is copied by Artisan. Sam uses Lore Master to draw an extra card. Sam plays a plains, then casts Catilda, Dawnhard Martyr, triggering Artisan to make a copy. Sam tries to go to combat, but is met with a rapid hybridization from John on his Ellivere. He then sends Calyx at Tom, but is blocked by the Companion copy. He passes to John. John plays an island, casts Talion's Messenger, and attacks Tom with Artisan, triggering Messenger to loot and put a 1/1 counter on Artisan. After combat, casts Sower of Temptation, stealing Tom's Ellivere, and passes. Tom plays Sunpetal Grove and passes with his mana open. On his end step, Extra casts Brineborn Cutthroat, triggering Alela to make a fairy. Extra uses Lore Master to draw an extra card, attacks Tom with Alela, triggering her effect to go Tom's Calyx, and passes to Sam. On Sam's upkeep, Extra flashes in Fairy Mastermind, triggering Artisan, Alela, and Brineborn. Sam then plays the plains, casts his commander Ellivere, enchanting Catilda, triggering Calyx, and Artisan, enchanting Messenger, and Legend ruling away Tom's Ellivere. He then attacks Tom with Catilda and Calyx, but is met by Stroke of Midnight from Tom, destroying Catilda. Tom then blocks Calyx with his companion, and the turn moves back to John. John plays an island and casts Halo Forager, using its effect to cast Stroke of Midnight to destroy Sam's Calyx. He then attacks Extra with Sower, Messenger, Artisan, and Ellivere, triggering Ellivere, enchanting Sower, and Messenger to loot and add a +1/+1 counter. Extra blocks Artisan and Messenger with 2 fairies before a turn is passed to Tom. Tom plays a plains and makes a deal with John to remove a creature from Sam and Extra if he doesn't block Calyx. He then casts Kenrich's Transformation on Alela, drawing a card and triggering Mastermind. Tom then attacks John with Calyx, but is stopped by Sam and his Swords to Plowshares, exiling Calyx. After that, he casts his commander, Gylwain, casting Director, which gets copied by Artisan before passing the turn. Extra simply uses Lore Master to draw an extra card, misses his land drop again, and passes. Sam plays the plains, and cast Jukai Naturalist, triggering Artisan, followed by Unflinching Courage on the Lizard token. He then attacks Tom with Ellivere and John with the Lizard. Ellivere triggers, enchanting the Lizard, followed by a block of Jukai token and Tegwyll on the Lizard. The turn then moves to John. John recasts his Commander Tegwyll and attacks extra with all of his creatures, triggering Messenger to loot and add a +1/+1 counter. Before blocks, extra flashes in Vendilion Click, triggering Brineborn, but John responds with an Infernal Grasp on Mastermind. Click enters, triggering Artisan, having both players looking at each other's hands and not swapping anything. Extra then blocks Halo with his Click and takes the rest. When Halo dies, Tegwyll triggers to draw 1 and lose 1, before passing to Tom. Tom plays a Plains and casts Archon of Sun's Grace, triggering Gylwain, giving Archon a Royal Roll, which triggers Artisan to copy and Archon to make a Pegasus. Tom follows up with Catilda, Dawnhard Martyr, this time getting a monster roll, again triggering Archon and Artisan, before passing the turn. Extra yet again uses Loremaster to draw an extra card with no success in finding a land. Sam also uses Loremaster to draw an extra card, then casts Catilda's Rising Dawn on Ellivere, plays the Forest, and attacks Tom with Ellivere, triggering his effect to enchant Naturalist. Tom's Pegasus blocks Ellivere, and the turn goes back to John. John starts his turn with a Viscera Seer, and in response, extra casts Spellstutter Sprite, triggering Brineborn and countering Seer while Artisan makes a copy. He then attacks extra with Sower and Artisan, triggering Messenger to loot and add a +1/+1 counter. With that, extra dies, and John casts Una, Queen of the Fae, before passing to Tom. Tom casts Sage's Reverie on Archon, drawing 3 cards and making a Pegasus. He then plays a Forest and casts Boseiju Reaches Skyward, searching for 2 forests, while making another Pegasus. After that, he attacks Sam with Archon and Catilda and passes. Sam first casts Auramancer, returning Calyx, triggering Artisan, followed by said Calyx, putting a 1/1 counter on Naturalist, while forgetting about Artisan. Sam then attacks Tom with Naturalist and Ellivere, triggering Ellivere to enchant Calyx, which triggers Calyx to add a counter to Naturalist. Tom blocks with 2 Pegasus tokens, and with nothing else, the turn moves back to John. John simply attacks Sam with Sower, Messenger, Artisan, and Una, triggering Messenger to loot and add a counter. Tom triggers Boseiju, deciding to not return a land, plays a Forest, and casts Boon of the Spirit Realm, triggering Boon and Archon to make a Pegasus. He then attacks Sam with Archon and Catilda, before passing. Sam plays a Plains and casts the Johnny's Chosen. He then attacks Tom with Ellivere, a Human, Naturalist, and Calyx, triggering Ellivere to enchant the attacking Human. This triggers Calyx and the Chosen making a cat. Tom blocks Ellivere with a Pegasus, and Calyx triggers, copying the roll onto the other Human, triggering Chosen to make another cat. End of turn, John activates Una for 7, targeting Tom, naming White, and making 3 fairies. John again attacks with all but the Artisan token and his commander a Tom, triggering Messenger, followed by a Pestermite before blocks to tap down Tom's Pegasus. And with no blockers, Tom dies. The turn then goes to Sam. Sam plays a Forest and goes to combat, where John casts Mistbind Click, championing a token, tapping Sam's lands. Sam attacks with everything but his cats, triggering Ellivere to enchant Auramancer. John blocks with Pestermite, his commander, and Click, triggering his commander twice to draw 2 and lose 2. John then draws his final card and concedes to Sam.